Hello, so now that we have our gel all prepared, I'm going to show you how to put the DNA into it, and then we're going to hook it up to the electrophoresis machine and turn it on. Okay, so you want to get your gloves, because we're going to handle the buffer, and can irritate your skin if it gets on your skin. If it does, just wash it off with soap and water. It will be fine. Okay, so first of all, can you zoom in, Mr. Cameraman? I just want to show, this is what the gel looks like when it's solid. You can see it's no longer like clear, like liquid. It has like an opaque, looks a little cloudy almost, and it's nice and solid. It doesn't move when I turn it upside down. Okay, so you want to take your buffer from earlier and just want to put a little bit on top to get the gel just a little bit wet. Just a little. Then you're going to take out the comb very carefully. So you have to wiggle it a little, just a little, but you don't want to be too rough because you don't want to break it. And then you just, and there we have, you can see the holes. All right, so now we're going to put our wires in. I like to do this before I do the DNA, just so I know that everything's okay and I don't have to move anything. So the wire needs to go above the holes, meaning that it has to go like in this space right here. Okay, so I'm just gonna try to eyeball it out. Okay, so it has to go about there. I'm pressing down, but the wire's not really cutting it. So what I'm gonna do instead is just I have a butter knife. Don't get something crazy sharp. You don't wanna have any accidents. And then I'm just gonna cut a little, gently cut a line, just a little line. Doesn't have to be the whole way across, just enough so that I can take this wire and slip it down into that hole, and then the wire is going all the way down to the bottom. So I'm going to do that on the other side. You could, you might want to start with this end first because you have more wiggle room. If this one doesn't work, if you have to cut it again, it's better to have a mistake down here than up here. Okay, so I'm just gonna get it ready. Okay, I want my line to be about here. I cut a little line. Then I gently press it. And it doesn't have to be totally perfect, but it has to be okay. All right, so now I'm just gonna add a little bit more buffer. Not all the way to the top, because you don't want to make a mess, but you want it to be wet. Okay, so now we're gonna add our DNA samples. Yes, the best part. So you should have 5 tubes. Okay, yes. There's an S, a 1, a 2, and a 3, and a 4. So we want to do them in order. Makes sense, right? Logical. So I'm going to flick it to get all of the blue stuff down on the bottom, because the blue stuff is your DNA. You want to get all of it down to the bottom so that you can get all of it out of the tube. Open the thingy. Suck it up. Just suck it all up with one of these pipettes. Now, you need good lighting for this. You just want to look at it, kind of see where the holes are. Okay, I'm going at an angle because I can see better. So I want to take my pipette and just kind of feel around so that I can tell that it's in the hole, but you don't want it all the way touching the bottom of the plate, just kind of in the hole. And then I'm just going to gently release with my pipette, and there's bubbles. You don't want to go too fast. I just gently released it, and it came out and stayed in that little hole. Don't put your pipette all the way to the bottom, because when you do that, the dye tends to go through the gel out the bottom and then poof, all over. So you just want to put the pipette like partway down into the hole. Okay, so here's number 1. So I did S first. Now I'm going to do number 1. Uno. Suck that up. Suck all of it up. Get my hair out of the way. Get myself at a good angle. I can see what I'm doing, and so I'm going to, if you can't see what you're doing, you could try using your phone as a flashlight. Like if you're in a dark space, like you could try holding the phone as a flashlight so you can see it better. So, because that makes a difference. And then you want to make sure you're using a pipette, a clean pipette for each sample. So you just keep going until you've gotten all the samples loaded. And then I'll show you how to hook it up and turn it on. You can stop filming now.